Hey, so buying a home should always be a great experience, and we want it to be a great experience, but there are some times and some things that happen that aren't great. And there are scams, and there are things out there to be aware of, just so you're aware and prepared. So the first of them is when you are getting your credit pulled, when you are applying for a mortgage, it is 100% necessary to pull a credit report. There are a lot of things that we get from a credit report that are necessary to be able to qualify you for a loan. We need to know what the credit scores are, to know what kind of programs and stuff to go for, but what I also need to know what your monthly payments are. Now, the great thing is that we have these soft credit checks now, which do not put any inquiries on your credit, does not affect your credit at all. So the initial step should always be doing a soft credit check. Now, once we do actually need to run the loan through the system for an approval for things like FHA, we will need to pull a hard credit check. Or when you actually go under contract on a house, we will need to pull a hard credit check. That will create an inquiry, and be prepared, the wolves will descend. What happens is that the credit bureaus, not us, no lender wants every other lender in the world to call you, believe me. What happens though is that when we pull a credit report, all of the credit agencies, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian, sell lists of information to mortgage companies. So what happens is they sell lists of all the people who have had their credit pulled by a mortgage company because those are believed to be hot leads. Those are people who are actually active in the market who have applied for a mortgage. So those would be great people for a mortgage company to call to get some business. So all of a sudden your phone just goes bananas. You have every lender out there calling you, emailing you, and it can get really obnoxious. People do not like it. People will complain, go, what in the world did you do? And believe me, not me. I didn't ask them to call. But what you can do is before that hard credit check, about a week beforehand, or if you know you're going to be doing this, go to optoutprescreen.com and just go ahead and do the online for 5 years. It will at least minimize the amount of calling and emailing that you will receive. So that's step one. Now I want to talk about things that can happen post-closing. So now you've bought the house, you're excited, you now are significantly in debt, and that is recorded information. So it is recorded in land records that you have bought that property, has your name, has all the information, and it has who your loan is through. So if you got a loan to purchase this house, there's a recorded deed of trust, and that shows who your mortgage company is, how much the loan was for. And so now companies can go online and pull that information and send you advertisements that look like they came from your mortgage lender because they have a lot of information that would typically be things that your lender would know. How much you owe, what your interest rate is. I guess they wouldn't necessarily have your interest rate, but they would know your loan amount and who your mortgage company is. And so they send you a document that says, regarding your Guild mortgage, blah, blah, blah. And then you may reach out to them, or you think that this is legitimate, whether they're selling you some sort of insurance, whether they're trying to refinance the home, whether it's just a call to action because they're making it sound like there's a problem with your loan. So if you have any questions about the legitimacy of any mail that you receive, talk to your original lender. I always tell my clients, send me a picture of whatever you received if you're not sure, and I can tell you if this is a legitimate document or not. There's also the idea that your loan could be sold after closing. Now, that does not change the terms of your loan. Again, we talk about these things being recorded documents, so none of the terms can change. Your rate can't change, your loan amount can't change. Nobody can change those things. Those are legal documents. What can change is who you pay the mortgage to. So if the servicing is sold, say you initially started with us with Guild Mortgage, and for whatever reason, a year down the road, we decide we're selling some of the loans, some of the servicing, and it gets sold to ABC Mortgage. Well, we would have to send you a disclosure telling you that your loan has been sold to ABC Mortgage. ABC Mortgage would also send you a disclosure saying we have acquired the loan. Again, nothing changes other than who you are making your payment to. It can be, an extra step of having to go online and change your automatic payments, or you're writing a check to a new company. But in the whole scheme of things, it's not going to affect you. Nothing's going to change. Everything is transferred from one company to the other, your escrow balance and everything. So, not the end of the world. Is it a little bit of a hassle? Sure. But again, not gonna kill anybody. So if you have any questions, you can always reach me, Andrea Trout at Guild Mortgage. So that's atrout@guildmortgage.net or 240-353-8206. Have a good one.